Welcome to Nerdaties. Bitches.
No topic too absurd. No statement too asinine. That's right. Nerdy Jersey's finest coming at you. We are Nerdaties. I'm Mike.
I'm Justin.
Okay, yeah. He's
Kyle.
Ben.
He's
Joe.
And we have a special international traveler as a guest tonight. Who are you, sir?
I am Chris. What's going on?
All right. It is a full house. We haven't been this stacked in quite some time.
Yeah, I feel sexy.
Yeah, we kind of look like the Brady Bunch right now.
Yeah, why are you horizontal? Well, that's right.
Who's
You're off
else?
to the side for me.
Are you trying to claim that half of us are women, Joseph?
No, just we're
the bearded Brady Bunch.
Joe,
the bearded
it's like
bunch.
The first 2 seconds of each episode, you just go in on people. And I think we've had enough.
I'm the bearded Brady. What are you? One of the freaks? Okay, see what I did there? Pull it together. The sequel's coming soon. Okay. Everybody feeling good?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
So no,
Yeah.
nobody's feeling good.
I feel good.
Feeling good.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
You know what I think we should do? I think we should dispense with standard protocol and just get right into our guest right now.
I think that makes the most sense. And then he can decide if he wants to put up with our bullshit after he's done with his part.
I got nothing. I got nothing going on tonight. I can put up with some bullshit. That's
But I can't wait to
You
talk
and
about
me, it's always bullshit.
The reason we have Chris on the show this evening or day, whenever the hell you're listening to this,
We're watching.
or that too, he went literally around the world specifically for entertainment, or you just happen to be there?
now specifically for entertainment.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you went to Tokyo Disney, right?
I went to Japan in general. Yep. I went to
Okay.
Tokyo Disney for a bit. I went to Universal Studios for a bit. I went to the Ghibli theme park there.
God, they have that.
Ghibli Museum. Went to the Nintendo Museum.
Oh, that's cool.
Those are kind of the big, like, theme parky things. But in general, I went to Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, Nara, and Nagoya were the big cities we went to.
Okay,
That's pretty sick.
did you travel by train to do all that?
No, well, we took a plane, 14 hours, and then we did trains the entire time there. Trains are amazing there. They're nice and clean. They're reliable. Always on time. Yeah, trains were great. Took the trains. So we landed in Tokyo, and then it was about 2.5 hour train ride on the bullet train to Kyoto. Stayed in Kyoto for a bit. Then we went to Nara for a day. Went to Osaka. Went to Osaka. No, sorry, went back to Kyoto. Then we went to Nagoya. Then we went to Osaka, and then back to Tokyo. I ended the trip there. We were in Tokyo for like a week and a half. So.
Did they feel distinct? The
Yeah.
cities? Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Yes, Tokyo is like the big city. More technologically advanced kind of thing. Kyoto is a lot more historical, so there's a lot more older stuff, shrines, temples, all that kind of stuff. And then Osaka's kind of a mix between the two. Osaka is also like a bit more of like a party vibe, I guess you could say, compared to the other two. Nagoya was a bit more kind of like New York City. That was like our least favorite. We were only there for a day. And then Nara was more like Kyoto, just kind of old historical stuff. So yeah, all definitely different vibes, different atmospheres, different stuff to do.
How was the food?
Food was amazing. The biggest thing I miss still is the food. I don't know how much you guys have heard about Japan or know about Japan, but like even their convenience store food is just like another. It's like good food here.
How many 7-Eleven sandwiches did you eat?
Oh, so many. That's what we would get every day for the most part, or like every night on the way back to the room. Get some 7-Eleven Sandos. So good.
I believe I saw you had a fruit sando.
Yes, the fruit sando is delicious. I'd say my top 3 were the fruit sando, egg salad sando. It's really good, and then the pork katsu sando.
Sounds delicious.
Did you have any train bentos?
Yes, I actually do I have it around here? No, it's in my suitcase still. Got a little bento shaped like the bullet train.
Yeah.
While we went on the bullet train, that was cool. Um, that was really good as well. So,
Try any of the self-heating ones?
no, we didn't get one of those. I couldn't find one while I was there. I was looking for one, but I couldn't find it. I don't know if I just looked at the wrong store or what, but yeah.
Do you do sushi?
Oh yeah, yeah. We went to a couple sushi places. So we went to some traditional ones, and then we went to some like the conveyor belt ones.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have heard of it. They have a couple around here. Kura,
Yeah.
the revolving sushi. Okay, so they started in Japan, and we couldn't find a place to eat the one night. So we're like, oh, let's just try Kura to see what it's like compared to back home. It's like a whole different level of like quality, and then the price, man, the price difference is wild. So Kura, I think the last time we went, it's like $3.90 or like $4 per plate, something like that. In Japan, it was about 70 cents per plate.
Wow.
What the exchange rate equaled out to. Yeah, it's crazy. Now is a very good time to go because the yen is very weak.
Okay.
So your dollar goes like a lot farther.
I saw a reel the other day that like full-fledged houses are being rented for like $400 over there. Now, sure,
Yeah.
they're in districts where you don't have a backyard or anything, but you got like 3 bedrooms.
Yeah, you can buy houses and like they need work. They're not nice new houses, but you can buy houses for like $30,000 over there. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
they're fucking cheap, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like I've been tempted. I'm like, man, because I have actually someone at work on my team who's actually gonna move over there and start working from there. So I'm like, man, that's tempting. But
Did you learn the language, or at least any of the language?
I know a bit of it because I took it in high school. So I know a bit of it. I'm not like super fluent, but I know like enough to get by. But honestly, you didn't really need it. Everybody over there speaks enough English to kind of help you out.
Okay.
And like all the signs and everything are in English. You really just need Google Maps. The easiest way to get around tells you everything you need to do. Like what trains to start and stop on, what trains to get off at. It's super simple. So
That's cool.
Google Translate goes a long way in Japan.
yes. Yep. If you have Google Translate too, you're fine.
Yeah.
Like I said, most people we encounter spoke enough English too that I didn't even need to use really any Japanese. But yeah, everyone there is super friendly, super helpful. They want to help you. So it's a great place, man. I loved it. It was a lot of fun.
Do you go into any smoky pachinko parlors?
No, I did not. I avoided the pachinko parlors at all costs. I was like, no, I'm not getting involved in that area. But that was actually a crazy. Speaking of smokiness, it's like a trope that they just smoke like crazy over there. But it seems like they're trying to clean that up a bit because there was a lot of places we went to where signs and everything were like no smoking on the street allowed. And they'd have like a little like smoking area. It was just like a little side of the street, like cornered off in like a little box that like everybody had to go in and smoke. So it wasn't too smoky smelling while we were there. So
Here's your cancer playpen. Stand in here.
basically, yes. It was literally just like a giant pen. They were boxed in there, and there was like 40 dudes just chain smoking in there. And I'm like, that is not good. That cannot be good walking in there right now. But yeah,
Suck in your shame smoke. Sit
Yep.
there.
yeah. It's great.
You mentioned theme parks.
Yes.
How cool? We'll get to Disney in a minute, but how cool is Universal Studios Japan?
USJ is really awesome. So I haven't been to Universal in Orlando since I was like a kid, because the last 2 times we went to Disney, we just didn't get around to doing it. So I haven't been there in a long time. But USJ is really cool because they have a lot of old stuff too that they don't have here anymore. Jaws ride. So we went on Jaws. That was really cool. We went on Flying Dinosaur, which is a like exclusive roller coaster they have over there for Jurassic Park. It's like one of the ones where you like laying down. That was really good. People say it's like the best like flying coaster
Really?
in the world. Yeah, it was real good. It was really awesome. Then we went to Super Nintendo World. I haven't been because I haven't been to like Universal in Hollywood or anything. And yeah, Super Nintendo World was awesome. I walked in and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. The only thing that did suck was we we had the express pass, and Donkey Kong was one of the rides we had, and it was down for
Yeah.
the day. Yeah, it sucked too. At first I was really like bummed out, but then I felt a little better because I looked online and a bunch of people were saying that it was down like 2 days before we went and was down like 2 days after we left too, because I guess when it rains, that ride just
Shit,
can't
out.
take it, and it's down for like days. So
Oh.
yeah.
Well,
So hopefully it won't be like that in Epic Universe when now that that's open. But yeah, so that was the only bummer.
Well, no, it's not like it rains a lot in Florida. That should be fine.
It never rains. I've never been in a rainstorm once in Florida, honestly. So I think it should be
Wow.
fine.
It doesn't just randomly start out of nowhere and then end
No.
5 minutes later.
Yeah.
That's not
No,
how it
What do
works.
you
I've never had that happen.
Dinner reservations on the other side of Epcot, and then it just decides to downpour, and you show up soaking wet, sitting in air conditioning. It's great.
Yep. So I think a ride that breaks down in the rain will do totally fine there. No worries. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that area was cool though. The Donkey Kong area that was added on, that was a really cool area. The vibes and everything were cool. The food there was really good. So we also went to this restaurant there. It was like a fancier restaurant. I can't remember the name of it, but food was really good. It was like a mix like of French and Japanese cuisine.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was real good.
Did you do the dining where like you sit down and just kind of Indian style at the table?
No. The restaurants we went to had that actually. Yeah. It was all just kind of normal seating.
Regular chairs?
Yeah, normal chairs. Yeah.
I
what were
think
the,
that's good geisha service when you do that.
Yeah, like a tea ceremony probably or something. Yeah.
Then a hurricane comes in and you got to save a girl from a...
Right.
what were the anime-based attractions they had? Because they do swap them out.
The one they had when we were there was Detective Conan. There was a big Detective Conan push while we were there. I think it was like the 40th anniversary, 50th anniversary, or something like that. It was everywhere too. Like we went to Tokyo Skytree, which is like the third tallest building in the world, or something like that, and they had like a special Detective Conan thing there. So yeah, it was a
They've been
big-
pimping it pretty hard on Crunchyroll too. So
yeah. So that was the one that was there when we were there, and then of course they had like the One Piece show that they do. We didn't go to that, but they have. I think they have that like every summer. So it was mainly just those two while we were there.
I've literally never heard of Detective Conan, and it's almost as old as I am.
Yeah, it's been around for a while. It might look familiar if you've seen it, but
Maybe some images, but I've never heard that name. Like
just
when
like
you
a-
said that, I'm like, did the Japanese do something weird with Conan the Barbarian?
We're
Or did
Conan
they
O'Brien.
Yeah, that's
oh,
the
he's
other
like a
way I
little
remember.
kid. He's like a little kid looking detective is the gist of it. But yeah.
he got turned into a kid. To be fair,
Okay, yeah,
Come on, this is anime, right? You can't just be a little kid.
that's
No.
true. That's true. Yeah, there's got to be some.
Except by a demon,
Yeah.
Yeah,
a robot inhabiting your body,
Mhm.
yeah,
something like that.
But yeah, Universal Studios Japan was really awesome. It was super busy. It is like the second. I think it's like the second most visited theme park in the world, only behind Magic Kingdom, something like that. So it was definitely busy. Lines were very long. So Express Pass was definitely worth it for us, not to wait in those lines forever, because it was also pretty hot that day too. So
Tokyo Disney.
Tokyo Disney, we were originally only going to go for 3 days. So we got a vacation package, which is something they do over there. You get the hotel, and then you get theme park admittance, and they call it Disney Premier Access over there, which is basically their lightning lane. So you get some of those. So the one we did, it gets you access onto all the rides. Well, not all the rides, but any ride that has like one of their Premier Access lanes as many times as you want. So
And that includes
it wasn't cheap. It wasn't cheap, but we got to ride as many times as we wanted and just skip the line, which is nice.
You got to go to Disney Sea as well.
Yeah, so we went to Disneyland one day. Well, originally we were only going to go to Disneyland one day and then Disney Sea 2 days, but we wound up getting there kind of earlier than anticipated, so we did Disneyland for a half day too. So we did 1.5 days Disneyland, then 2 full days Disney Sea. Disneyland was cool. I mean, pretty similar to Magic Kingdom. Besides having some older stuff, like they still have Splash Mountain there. The Pirates of the Caribbean still has like the redhead, being sold off, all that older stuff. Beauty and the Beast ride, that was wild.
I still can't figure out how they do that final transformation.
That's
Oh, yeah,
so
I don't know.
cool.
We wrote it like 3 times and I still couldn't figure. Every time we wrote, I'm like, how are they doing that? I have no idea. And then the Winnie the Pooh ride was really good as well. That was like very different than ours. But then Disney Sea was just like a whole nother. I can't even. It's close. I guess the closest thing I could compare it to is like Animal Kingdom in terms of like theming. And the theming is just crazy. Like you could, I was there and like, I couldn't believe that I wasn't in like, Italy at one point on in the one section because like Mediterranean stuff. Yeah, it was just nuts. It was amazing. Rides that were really cool. We did get evac'd off a ride while we were there too. Yeah, which it was Aquatopia. It's called. It's basically like a little boat ride. They're on like a track and they just kind of go around and it's nothing crazy, but it broke down and they have to drain the entire like lagoon. And then they come out and they gave us little water little boots, like waterproof rubber boots, and they're like, oh, please put these on. And then they walked us out like through the drained lake, and yeah, that was interesting.
Okay, when something unplanned for happens there, classically they're incredibly apologetic.
Yes,
over the top. Yeah, they're
yes. Like when they first came out, they were like, "Oh my, we're so sorry." We're like, "It's fine. Like it's not a big deal. Like no worries, whatever." And then they came back over.
Track. The thing breaks down anytime it drizzles.
Right, and then they came over with the boots, and they're like, "Oh, we're so sorry. Like please put these on so your shoes don't get wet." And we're like, "Okay." Like, and yeah, as we were leaving too, when we walked off and we're walking back through the queue, like 15 cast members are there and they're just bowing. They're like, "Oh, we're so sorry." And I'm like, "It's fine. It's not a big deal." And then they gave us like a pass to come back to it later.
That's cool.
But yeah, we were luckily like in a little cave portion, so we weren't in the direct sun because it was super hot that day. But like there were some other boats where they're in the sun. They came out and brought them umbrellas to like hold so they weren't. And I'm like, I can't even imagine like anyone doing that in America. They just be like, "Nah, you're just deal with it."
Yeah, you're beat.
Bring you shoes and umbrellas.
Yeah, just cook in the sun. You're fine.
Some 17-year-old staring at his shoe while you're baking out there.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. So,
over in Japan, they got someone who's on the border of committing seppuku because their ship broke down.
Yeah, they were so apologetic. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Like, it's okay. Like, it's totally fine. So, but yeah, probably my favorite ride there, I would say, in Disney Sea was Journey to the Center of the Earth.
It looks so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was so fun. Sinbad is also really good. That's like kind of like a Small World-ish kind of ride. And that one always had a 5-minute wait. Wow. No one was ever online for it. Crazy. It's a really good ride. It's really long.
Is the song as good as Small World?
Oh, the song's 100 times better than Small World. It is. The song is amazing.
You don't want to murder anybody.
There's a little tiger in there.
Yeah, Chandu.
Yeah. Chandu. Yeah.
And then Fantasy Springs was really cool as well. We did all 4 rides we were able to do. Frozen was actually down for refurbishment the first day we were there, but then it opened up the next day. So we got to do that. Those Frozen, I don't know if you've watched any ride throughs of it, but the whole thing where she's like frozen and then she unfreezes is pretty crazy too. It's kind of like the Beauty and the Beast thing, where it's like, oh, how did they do that? Like, because her cape's like frozen and it goes stiff and then it just turns back to cloth. That was cool. Peter Pan ride was good. A little more screen based.
That one.
Yeah, it was cool though. Peter Pan was really cool.
Is that like a 1-to-1 from the ones over here, or did they do something special with it?
No, it's completely different.
Their animatronics are fucking top notch over there.
Okay. Yeah. So, I love Peter Pan down in Florida. It's a childhood favorite, and I've gone on it every time we've gone. But there's like, oh, this is fun. This is so adorable. This is really fucking cheap when you look at it. This is a lot.
Yeah, and they still have that one in their Disneyland. So they still have that one there, but the one in Disney Sea is completely different. It's you're in like this giant boat, and there's a mix between screens and animatronics and stuff. It's kind of like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway almost. Okay. Kind of like how that's set up. So that one's really cool. And then the Tangled ride is really, really nice looking. The animatronics were great. It's just way too short. Needed like 1 or 2 extra scenes. It was just kind of over like you just blink and you're like, oh, it's done. Okay. So Tangled, yeah, it kind of sucked. It was so short, but it was cool. I'm trying to think if there's anything else specific. Yeah, I mean that's it. I think it was awesome. Again, cheap tickets for a day was like $50 American. Yeah, whereas like Disney World's like what, I don't even know anymore, 160 or something like that, like on a good day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
That actually does lead to the next question I'd have. Was the whole thing worth the price?
oh yeah, 100%. In my opinion, for sure. We stayed at 2 different hotels. We stayed at the Fantasy Springs Hotel the one night, and then we stayed at Miracosta the other night. Those were like their 2 like deluxe hotels, I guess you could say. The Fantasy Springs Hotel was cool because they have an entrance right into Fantasy Springs, so it's about a 20-minute walk from the front of Disney Sea to Fantasy Springs, so that was nice for just being able to get like right on lines. And then Miracosta is at the front of the park, so you can just walk right in from there. So that was nice. But yeah, in my opinion, definitely worth the price. They also have different vacation packages you could do. So they have ones where you can just pick, you can pick like 4 lightning lanes you want instead of getting the ones where you can just do any ride you want. So there are cheaper options, but we decided to kind of splurge a bit just to get the most out of it. But yeah, definitely worth it in my opinion.
But that should stay specifically at Disney. When you were traveling around, did you go any of those sex motels like they have in the Wolverine?
Love hotels? No, but we saw a bunch. We did see a bunch of love hotels. So.
I'd be tempted. I'd be tempted to at least walk in and just look at what they offer.
A lot of them are weird too because they're very themed. So you'll walk in, it'll be like Alice in Wonderland themed or something. It's like, what is this? Like, why is this a love hotel? But yeah, no, we saw a bunch of them while we were there.
Okay, what do we all think would be the creepiest one to fuck in? Alice in Wonderland, space theme like they did in the Wolverine. If anybody can come up with something creepier than that.
I saw one. Someone did a room tour and posted it on TikTok. It's New York City subway.
Okay.
That one's pretty bad.
It's pretty creepy.
Yeah.
And like, so the room is themed, and then there's a section of the room that you walk downstairs that look like stairs in New York to the subway, and then you can get onto a part of the car, and there's the shitty seating and the poles in there and everything. And
yeah, wow.
Yeah.
If there's that many, I would assume that there's got to be at least one with a theme like this. But like, what if it was an asylum?
There's got to be one like that. Sure. Yeah.
Right.
Padded everything.
Yeah.
Like buckles and stuff you could strap them into. Straight jacket, fuck.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's got to be there for sure. For sure, there's got to be one like that.
Okay, would anyone here be willing to wear the straight jacket? Oh, you didn't.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
You knew that was coming up.
Did you try to get out, Justin? Would you dislocate your shoulder and try to get out?
No, maybe. I don't know.
I would.
It would be so vigorous he wouldn't even try to dislocate it. It would just happen.
Could just happen.
He used all his energy to try to tear a hole.
Which one?
What?
Where's the hole?
Yeah, which hole?
Whose hole?
I mean, that's up to you. I know if you were going to try to maneuver your body, it wouldn't be to get out entirely.
You got it in farther?
Yeah. Oh, look, there's a seam right in the back.
Perfect.
Where's the zipper?
You think any of those rooms have like a Disney theme to them? Do you think they're ballsy enough to try and do a Disney theme in one of those fuck rooms?
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's furries and shit all across the globe. Put on this Mickey Mouse costume and let's go to town. Or Minnie.
For sure.
Minnie and I had a day once. Justin, were you there for that when Minnie Mouse was just all up in my business?
I was there.
Yeah. She totally wanted my 13-year-old big-headed skinny body. She's like, I know this guy's going to grow up to be a man someday. Just head's going to stay the same size, a little bit bigger.
Hey, this hot 13-year-old piece of ass is going to have
Yeah.
cap on one of the hottest days of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Out.
Yep.
peel that costume back and get that swamp ass going on.
And then I go, no,
Oh
no,
yeah.
go on. I'll cut a hole. I don't want to see you.
Illusion. It's got to be mini still. Yeah.
Safe word is Mousecatools.
Don't need it.
That's deplorable.
Love hotels. Was there anything that was like particularly strange to you over there?
I mean, it's. I guess if you don't, I already knew like this was a thing, but it was crazy to see just drunk people just laying in the road like early in the morning because they just get drunk overnight and then they just pass out in the street. It's just like whatever. So there'd be a couple of times we're walking by and you see like a guy in like his full like business suit just passed out. Yeah, passed out on the road. You're just like, all right, well, cool. I guess you had a fun night. So
they have such an odd culture when it comes to alcohol. Like that whole you can get drunk with your boss, tell him off, and it's cool because you were drunk.
Yeah, it's fine. Yep.
Did it remind you at all of your time at Michigan State?
I mean, yeah, but I wasn't going out with my bosses then, so that's the only difference. But yeah, definitely, people passed out in the street. But yeah,
Awesome.
that was probably the weirdest thing to see. I already knew that was going to happen when we were there, but just actually seeing it was just like, oh, okay. There's just people passed out everywhere, just shit faced. So at like 6, 7 in the morning. So
when I travel, I kind of feel like I go to. It's almost like you're in like a different planet. Like everything's different. Like you kind of feel that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the first couple of days definitely, and then you get used to it the longer you're there. We were there for like 3 weeks, so we definitely got used to it by the end. But yeah, the first couple of days it was definitely
culture shock. Not culture shock, but like something akin.
Yeah, just even like we were talking about before, people being so like everyone's so like friendly, so happy, like
it's like where the fuck am I?
Right, it's not like that here at all. So that was a big shock, just people being so saying stuff all the time, just how clean it was over there.
Yeah,
you go to like New York City here, it's it's dirty and stuff, and
you see a lot of
big
fast
cities over there like all clean. Yeah.
All
They're all
times
clean over there. No trash anywhere. It's So that was crazy. So that's definitely a big culture shock, stuff like that for sure.
But aside from all like the theme parks and stuff like that, because I know you said you went to Kyoto, which is, I mean, I think most people want to go to Japan for Tokyo, but with all the architecture and the temples and stuff like that, specifically in Kyoto, like, was there anything more historic that would be a reason why you'd want to go back?
Oh yeah, for sure.
On top of like all the theme park stuff.
For sure, yeah. So we were in Kyoto the one day we woke up because we weren't like jet lagged really, but we just weren't used to the sleep cycle yet. So we'd woken up at like 6 a.m. or something, I think. So we were just like, let's just go and do whatever we're gonna do this day. So we went to Fushimi Inari. It's this mountain, and there's thousands upon thousands of torii gates as you walk up it. So that was really cool. We did that. It's about, I don't know, like a 2 hour and a half like hike to the top, but you're just walking through torii gates the entire time, and they're like 6 inches, a foot apart from each other. Like there's just thousands of them. It's crazy. So that was really cool. We went to this other temple that same day that was like kind of built on the side of a mountain.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was really awesome. A lot of the stuff in Kyoto is really cool because, like you said, it's like old historical architecture.
Right.
We went to, it's in Nara, which is very close to Kyoto, but we went the first day, and there's a big temple there with like a giant Buddha and everything. They also where they have the deer park, where there's all the deer around that
Deer park,
feed the cookies, and they bow to you when you go to give them a cookie and everything.
That's awesome.
How's the water there?
Fine.
Deer Park. See what
yeah, I got you.
Go.
Hey, good. Hey, that was a good one.
Over everyone's head, even my own.
Yeah, you gotta get it in. So, but yeah, no, Kyoto was really cool. The historical stuff was awesome. I would definitely want to go back if we go back or when we go back. I'd want to do other cities though, because there's definitely other places to go. Yeah. There's like Fukuoka, which is more down towards the bottom of Japan. We didn't even go out that far. It's more west, and like Sapporo's more up north. So yeah, there's a lot of places to go, like more historical places, more kind of off the beaten path places like Hiroshima and stuff is supposed to be really nice to go to, but we didn't make it there. So yeah, definitely stuff besides theme parks, even though the theme parks were amazing. So
Hell yeah.
Did you back to food a little bit?
Yeah.
Did you hit any of the markets?
yeah, it's like the street markets and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are really cool. They're a lot of them, with all the food stalls and everything. That's kind of where some of the best food is.
Yeah.
So like, there's the one street in Osaka that's just like food stalls. The entire street basically like takoyaki, gyoza, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, the food there is just this is another level, man. So good. But yeah, those are really cool. There's a lot of there's so many alleys and stuff there that you'll just be walking, you'll be like, oh, what's this? And you look, and there's just an alley. And there's just tiny little bars and restaurants down there that have like 5 seats in them. We tried to find places that were like small and kind of off the beaten path because those usually have the best food.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's all those streets are really cool.
Walk in, a bunch of guys with back tattoos glaring at you. You're like, no, what? Let's try a different one.
Yeah, we'll try another one. But yeah, I mean, and a lot of places have, they have lines because they're small and there's only like 5 seats, but they're efficient. They like roll through people. You're not waiting in line like super long. Like we went to a tonkatsu place the one night and it was downstairs in like a cellar and there was like 6 seats and the line was going out the door. And we were like, oh, we'll wait in line, I guess. And like while we were waiting in line, they had a waitress come out and she's like, all right, what do you guys want? Like while we're waiting in line, took our order and then they had it ready for us like when we got in there.
That's cool.
Yeah, so like they're just super efficient with just stuff moving through, and we were only waiting for like 20 minutes or something like that, and there was probably like 20 people ahead of us. So yeah.
What was the best thing you got out of a vending machine?
Shit, I totally forgot that. Yeah, I
Ooh,
was
that's a
going
good
to ask you
question.
the question too. Used panties. Please tell me it was used panties.
I didn't see any super weird ones, unfortunately. Like we were looking for real weird ones, and we didn't see real weird ones. Most of what we saw was just soda machines. Honestly, I was kind of surprised. Yeah, I don't know if we were maybe just in the wrong areas for it, but we did see a couple that were like ramen. You get like hot ramen in the vending machine, stuff like that. I did try that, and one of them was actually pretty good for vending machine ramen.
I've seen a video. It was like an entire it was like a food court, and it was just wall to wall vending machines.
Yes, vending machine. Yeah. I've seen that before. We didn't see that a place like that while we were there, but I've seen places like that online and stuff. But yeah, a lot of them around where we were was just kind of soda. I mean, there was like in the airport and stuff, there was like a Pokemon vending machine where you could buy like airport plushie and luggage tags and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of it was just drinks. But you can't get hot drinks from them, which is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't find any real crazy ones, unfortunately.
I guarantee you the ones by the fuck hotels are a lot more interesting.
Oh yeah, those ones for sure are gonna have some interesting stuff. Oh, actually, okay. Speaking of something weird, this isn't related to a vending machine, but the gachapon machines. So they're everywhere. We went to a bunch of places for them. There were some that you're walking through, and it's got this big black label on it. It's like for male pleasure, and you could just buy like little male fuck toys in a gachapon machine. I was like, okay, it's just mystery. Which one you get? So you don't know. And, I was like, huh. All right,
random pocket pussies?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And they're just right. And the best part is they're right next to like, here's like a Hello Kitty gotcha. Right next to us, the pocket pussy one. So, yeah.
How do you know you can't fuck the Hello Kitty too?
I mean, maybe one of them could have been themed to that.
Who knows? You put the Hello Kitty on top of the pocket pussy.
Right. Exactly. But that was probably the weirdest thing we saw. We're just like, what? Okay. So they had the women's one too. So they had little dildos there.
Huh? Did you perhaps go to a Don Quixote?
Oh yes, I have the little. I don't know if you can see it. No. A little plush.
What's the Don Quixote?
Oh man.
Don Quixote's. This is basically it's just. like a dollar store, I guess, kind of is the best way to explain it.
It's
But-
like it's like Crazy Eddie's and Ollie's did a bunch of coke.
Yeah,
Crazy
that's a good
Eddie?
way to explain it. Yeah.
Crazy Ollies.
Yeah.
But they're huge. So like we went to one, it's like a mega Don Quixote. It was like 13 floors.
Fuck.
And they just have like everything you can think of. They have,
So fucking awesome.
general like toiletries, beauty supplies. They have snacks. They have video games. They have a whole floor just dedicated to like character goods. So they'll have like figure, anime statues. They'll have plushies, they'll stuff like that. The one we went to also had a adults only floor. So there was one of those there. They had clothes on other floors. Yeah, everything's super cheap. It's like a discount store.
See, that's the problem with America, right? Because like we talk about it and we like all make weird faces, like, oh, they have a sex floor. Of course, every other fucking country in the entire world's like, yeah, people fuck here.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, they're just like whatever. Like
America's like, no, you can only discreetly buy that shit online.
no, yeah, you could buy that stuff anywhere basically. They just have a little thing covering it or a little sign.
Yeah.
At Don Quixote is funny because they just had like cloth blinds covering it, but they're like the traditional Japanese style where you can like see through them anyway. I'm like, that's not covering that from anyone. Like you could literally, I just saw like a giant black dildo through there, and I'm like, you're not really doing a good job hiding this. I don't know why you're
It's exactly like
this. But
it's like their porn though. They pixelate the penis
Right.
and the vaginas. Like we all
Right.
know what's going on there.
yeah, we all know what's happening. Why are you
What's
doing
with you
this?
people?
Right,
Just
it's
show
weird
it.
for sure. Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, Don Quixote was awesome.
it's definitely a goal for the group, or at least some of the group,
Yeah.
to go to Japan,
Mhm.
and does sound fun. I with my craziness with food, I think I'd have issues.
You wouldn't.
You can
I don't
find
know.
if you're picky too. I mean, you could find. So they have McDonald's there. They have Domino's there. They have
They got just yakitori alone would suffice
Right.
for like a whole.
yeah. It's
fucking-
just it's
grilled
just
meat.
grilled chicken.
Sticks.
Grilled chicken.
Just-
Yeah.
Just eating kebabs all day long. I'd feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a fucking weirdo.
And they have kebabs for everything too. There's grilled chicken. You get like the one street that alley we went to. They had like Wagyu. You get anything there.
Yeah, I can't help but feel like it would be landing on a Star Wars planet and going to one of their, going to Mos Eisley. It's just a giant island that's Mos Eisley.
Yeah. Like I said, it's like that at first. You're thrown off, but once you're there for a bit, you get used to it.
You're like, I want to stay.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. I didn't want to leave at the end of it. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Like I said, everything was very, reasonably priced. Obviously, like I said, the yen's weak right now, so that also helps. But even in general, like even if it was like the yen was stronger, like stuff would still be pretty well priced over there. And just like, yeah, just some of the stuff is just so ridiculous and crazy. Just to see it and experience it is fun. Speaking of Don Quixote, I just thought of it. The one Don Quixote in Osaka just has a giant Ferris wheel attached to it, but it's like a weird Ferris wheel. It's like oval shaped, I guess is the best way to explain it. And it's kind of rickety a little bit, so it's a little, you're like, oh, but I just, I don't know. I felt safe in the hands of Japanese engineers, I guess. So I was like, oh, this is fine. And yeah, it was fine. It was very weird though. You're in like this big glass like dome, and it like spins as you go up.
They got like all the cool medical tech though, so even if you like fell out of that fucking thing, a
Right.
robot was gonna stitch you back up. Anyway.
Yeah, I was like, I'll be fine. So,
Oh, a drone will catch you in midair and
Right.
sit-
Yeah.
slowly lower you to the ground.
for sure. So, but yeah, bought a bunch of souvenirs and stuff. Again, stuff is so cheap over there to buy, compared to if you buy stuff here and then try to like import it. So expensive. So I went pretty crazy with buying stuff before we left. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I would definitely recommend if you ever get the opportunity to do it. For sure.
Maybe one day.
With all your siblings and stuff like that, knowing that you went over there, I don't know if any of them have ever been before, but did any of them have like special requests of stuff for you to bring back for them?
So Jay went before. Jay's went like 2 years
Okay.
ago, 3 years ago, I think. They were going to go during 2020, actually, but then obviously COVID hit, so their flight got delayed, but they got to keep the tickets. and then I'm going in 2022, I think 2021. My brother Dylan asked for like One Piece stuff. He was looking for that, which they have thousands of stores there. Everywhere you go, there's like a One Piece store. That's another thing too. There's so many malls there. Like malls are dying here. There's malls are dead, but over there, everywhere is a mall and like a 12-story mall.
That's
Everywhere you go.
cool.
Has Amazon infected there yet?
I don't think so. I mean, they have Amazon Japan, but like those malls were busy every day we went. Like it could be like a Monday at like noon, mall was busy because like we went to all the Nintendo stores while we were out there, and all those are in malls. You walk in there, and that place is crazy. It's so busy. So Amazon clearly isn't taking profits from that, but yeah, it's
so
every train station has like a giant mall underneath it, basically. But yeah, so my brother was looking for that, and then my sister was just looking for Sanrio stuff. So nothing too crazy in terms of requests. But...
Yeah, Mike, you got to remember, like Japan's big on tradition.
yes.
Laziness is not a thing.
Although with some of the younger generation, there's a lot of issues I'm hearing with lost people.
Sure, they have some people that play their games and shit all the time, but like it's a small percentage in comparison to like everything else. Commerce drives everything over there. Like,
and they seem to understand that giving all your money to one company that's not even a building, it doesn't help anybody.
Not great, no. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that was a big culture shock, just seeing like a mall with like a lot of people in it. It's like, whoa, what is going on? And then going to the next mall and it being the same, and just like, oh, this is just like the norm here. Is every mall is just packed, no matter when you go. So yeah, that was definitely kind of weird to see, but yeah.
All right. Japan does sound interesting. Maybe one day we'll get there.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. Like I said, if anybody ever wants to go and has questions, feel free to hit me up.
Man.
And stuff.
It's definitely like top 3 countries to visit for me.
Yeah, me too.
The only reason it's not number 1 is because of how long the flight is. Otherwise, it would be a lock for number 1.
Yeah, so the flight, I'll talk about the flight, I guess, real quick, but the flight is very long. You could obviously, take ones with layovers if you want, but we wanted to do a direct flight because I hate doing layovers just because, your flight gets delayed or something, then you're screwed. But the flight was 14 hours. We flew out of JFK, 14 hours straight to Japan. Flight was the most expensive part of the trip, too. It was more expensive than like all the hotels. It was more expensive than the Disney vacation package was the flight.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's the one thing you're paying American prices for.
Right. Much. Right. You can't get cheaper flights. Like I said, there was this one airline, I think Zip Air is what they were called. They were only flying out of California, so you'd have to get a flight to California and then go from there. And they were doing a deal for a while where it was like $400 or something like that to go straight from California to Japan. But they're also like a Spirit Airlines, basically. Like they don't have like in-flight entertainment or anything like that. Like you're just sitting in a seat for 9-10 hours, whatever it is.
Yeah, and you have to help pedal the plane.
Basically, yeah. So yeah, we went on Japan Airlines, which is a nice airline. And yeah, I mean, it's a long flight for sure. We stayed up the entire flight because that's what they tell you to do to help with jet lag, and it did help because we were able to pass out. We landed at like 4:30 p.m. Japan time, and then we just kind of stayed up till like 10 o'clock, so we fell asleep like on their time zone, and that helped with jet lag. We weren't too bad the next couple of days. So.
Do they do something when you're like crossing the international date line to be like, hey, it's now yesterday or tomorrow or something?
No, they didn't do anything like that because I think at that point like they had the lights off and people were like trying to sleep and stuff, so there weren't too many announcements on the plane. But yeah, that was definitely the hardest part, was just the flight. So it's very long, and that was good for the most part of it. But then like the last like 4 hours, you start getting antsy and you're just like, all right,
yeah, get me off this thing.
Get me off this plane. Yeah, but it was worth it. It was worth the long flight. So yeah,
that is a hell of a commitment.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for the info.
Yeah.
Maybe
Those
one day
awesome.
if we have an extra $4,000 sitting around each.
Yeah. Yeah, you know.
So let's get into the show proper then. Now that we've had our international dalliance. Casting news. Moderate amount of casting this week. Joe, don't get a hard on this one. I'm going to mention a Star Trek actor.
Uh-huh.
Tim Russ from Voyager, I believe.
Tuvok.
Tuvok from Voyager
Or
is going to be returning in Spaceballs as the character he played. He
I-
was the guy who said the famous line, "We ain't found shit."
I saw that. I would love it.
I'm really hoping he doesn't just get another one line. It would be great if they took that character and expanded him. He's actually got a role. He's like the General Hux of this stupid fucking movie. It's like he's nerd royalty at this point. He was a Vulcan on a Star Trek show. They all love him.
Yeah, Tuvok was great. We saw him in Picard also.
Another bit of casting that I kind of, I'll save that one for the last. We know that Palm Clementif, Michael Rooker, and Bradley Cooper will appear in Superman. Their voices will appear in Superman.
Mm-hmm.
They, along with Alan Tudyk,
They're Superbots.
they're Superbots.
They're playing the bots.
It's fucking great.
Yeah, pretty great cast, and it's. I'm hoping one day Bradley Cooper gets to work with James Gunn in front of the camera because all they've ever done together is hang out in a sound studio.
Right, I was gonna say, yeah.
Last bit of casting I have. I wasn't initially hyped about the Highlander reboot. Then I heard Henry Carvel. Fuck, I did it.
Henry Carvel?
Yeah, that's our show thing. Thanks, Vinny, for that one. I'm like, all right, cool. You'd be a pretty good Duncan McLeod. Or, sorry, Condon McLeod. Russell Crowe has been cast.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know if they're doing a 1-to-1 remake of the original story, but if they are, I really hope he plays the Sean Connery role of Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez, chief metallurgist to King Henry V of Spain, and I'm at your service. Fuck, is that on like Prime? I'm gonna have to watch that tonight.
I want to say it's on Prime. If it's not on Prime, it's on I think Paramount.
Well, fuck that then.
Yeah.
But that's my castings. Oh wait, no, shit. There was another huge fucking casting this week.
I have also other casting.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
too. Well,
The fact that the Punisher is going to be in Spider-Man Brand New
Oh,
Day.
yes. Yeah.
What the fuck is going on with this movie?
Yeah, that's.
So I sent you something that I had heard
Mm.
from a reputable source that it sounds like they're doing Gang Wars.
well, the way Daredevil ended and Frank got out of the little jail cell, you know he's assembling.
But it seems like they're already filming that, so that's probably going to come out well before this does. They haven't even started rolling on Brand New Day, so maybe it'll roll out of that. But I don't think it's going to be Daredevil, Spider-Man, then Daredevil finalizes it. I think it's what happens in Daredevil is going to build to Gang War.
Yeah.
And that makes me think maybe Nicole Kidman's going to be Madame Mask.
Pretty fucking cool. I would accept that.
Yeah. That's all the casting I have. Justin.
There's no word on you guys about Punisher being like a bloody nut and Spider-Man being a little.
Don't forget, Punisher first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, I know they've appeared together. I'm just saying this rendition of Punisher versus
You mean
Tom Holland.
this Punisher in a PG-13 movie?
Yeah.
Your beef in this conversation is strictly with Tom Holland.
Yes.
I don't have beef with Tom Holland. I have beef with
Tom Holland is Spider-Man.
Okay.
So what's the difference?
he's not Toby.
You're right. it's good.
I know what your argument is,
Like this
but
Punisher.
I'm just saying it has nothing to do with Punisher.
Well, no, because I don't think the rendition of Punisher right now, I feel like doesn't fit in the universe. That's just me. With this Spider-Man. That's all.
He fit pretty fine in the Daredevil.
Yeah, but like they established that in the shows prior, and like that's kind of how the show was. This Spider-Man's, I don't know.
It would be pretty great if they start to skew Spider-Man in that direction.
They have to, or they have to nerf Punisher. They're gonna if they Hulk the Punisher, I'll be quite upset.
Smart Punisher now.
Quite upset.
Smart Punisher.
Smart Punisher doesn't fight. He has stupid one-liners, and
He's a Buddhist now.
Yeah.
let's rid out of the story because he's too badass.
That's the thing about like the movie Spider-Man and like the comic book Spider-Man. Like in the comic book, it gets gory, and
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Good.
not usually in Spider-Man, but in Punisher.
well, it depends on who his villain is, because like there's been times where it's Goblin, and like Pete looks like he's near fucking death, or Craven,
Well, if you throw Carnage in there,
right?
literally a serial killer. Yeah.
It gets graphic.
It gets bloody, but it doesn't get graphic in, say, the way like when Garth Ennis was doing Punisher.
Yeah.
Then you really see the results. Like you'll see the blood on characters in like an Amazing Spider-Man run where he's been put through the ringer. You'll see like the damage done to him, but you're not going to see decapitations. You're not going to see like limbs missing and the actual murders happen.
You'll see it, but you see the aftermath.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
yes, I don't think he's going to be killing anybody in this.
I got a bad feeling.
I fucking hope he does.
Well,
It's the midi-chlorians talking, not me.
now you're pushing Justin's buttons.
Don't be.
Oh, are you not familiar with the midi-chlorians, Justin?
I think it's stupid.
Oh, do you think it's stupid? Only a Sith
Dumb.
deals with stupidity.
I was,
Owen Wilson is coming back for Meet the Parents 4.
Wow.
Burn it. I hope this gets backrolled.
This is not
I didn't
getting
even know
back.
there was a third one, honestly.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
They have a kid or some shit. I didn't watch that one.
Yeah, they kid.
yeah.
And Kailina Liang has been cast as the new live-action Chun-Li.
I read
Oh
that
yes, I
today,
did see
yeah.
that one. Yeah.
She looks the part.
Yeah. We now have a new frontrunner for James Bond.
Oh, Joe's excited.
I am. John
Is it
Stewart.
Idris Elba?
John Stewart himself, Aaron Pierre, is the frontrunner to play James Bond.
Really?
Yes.
They're
I
going black.
thought you meant like
Oh my god.
actual
Stewart.
John Stewart.
Well, no.
And I was gonna say,
Yeah, when he
Joe,
said
stop
when he said that, I was
fucking-
like, "What?" Like,
Yeah.
John-
no, it's Trevor Noah.
the
Steve Carell. He's gonna knock it out of the park.
I haven't seen anything with this guy in it, but as long as you play the part well, I'm all for it. That's the whole thing with me. As long as you give it your all, I'm all for it. It give me a good story.
Joe's over here after Joe's saying, I don't know anything he's been in. Joe goes, I think he was in Magic Mike. Ask Justin. He will know.
He was Mufasa in the Mufasa movie that I totally did not watch.
Oh, the live action. Ugh.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
He was in that police siege movie where he gets harassed. He gets
Rebel
pulled over
Ridge.
for driving while black, and then takes out an entire fucking a police station.
He was in Krypton. But
He was in Mufasa. He was in Old.
Oh, was he mid-sized sedan?
Yes.
Oh, what a bad fucking name. Oh,
but
okay, movie, horrendous name,
Oh yeah. Oh, that guy.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, he is the front runner to play James Bond for Amazon. Again, for Amazon. Because they own the James Bond franchise now.
Don't they own?
So why are you emphasizing?
Well, it's just weird that the Barbara Broccoli sold it.
I think it's just weird that the person who owned James Bond's name was Broccoli. but
Albert R.
fuck-
Broccoli was the producer for James Bond since day one. His
Yeah,
daughter,
sure. It's still weird.
His daughter took over after he passed.
Sprout.
But
So Amazon's like, let's stop being fucking racist about this.
well, dude, as I said, I've said many, many times on the show, I was all for Idris 20 years ago. Like, not now
I would
he's
be
too
all for
old.
Idris now.
He's a little. He's a little.
He still looks
Oh
fantastic.
no, he's in great shape. Don't get me wrong, but
Don't be ageist.
no, I would like to see a younger James Bond. I'd like.
I think what Joe's trying to say is that Idris cracked,
No,
Wow, that's
It
fun.
doesn't
No.
and I
crack.
won't stand. And I
No.
won't stand for that.
if you
Does not
hey,
crack.
Idris is M. Fuck yeah, all for it.
Oh, so she's
How
gotta
young?
be
How
all
young of a
black
James Bond are you
Oh.
talking about? You want like a younger one, like they're doing for the new game that's
Well,
coming out?
the game is I'm up in the air with the game. Like the gameplay looks great. Just it's Casino Royale again.
00 Uncharted.
Yeah, it's his first mission again. So it's
Some more?
kind of saw it, but when it comes out for Steam, I'll get it because it's a Bond game. And,
You're a fucking sheep.
of course, of course, it's a Bond game coming out. Of course, I'm gonna get it. But
Who am I to talk? Hey, they put out Marvel vs. Capcom 2 again in a thing. I need to buy it once more again. Take my money bucks.
But we'll see what happens with the Bond casting. I think we're gonna hear something soon, like some kind of
Yeah.
something official.
Any Star Trek casting, Joe?
Trek casting.
I expected that to come next.
No. Everything's already been announced for Star Trek. I have news when it comes to Star Trek.
All right, then trailers. Pretty slim. I only have 2. Am I accurate on this one?
You are incorrect.
Okay, I usually am.
There's 4.
All right, cool. I have no doubt I watched them. I just...
Fourth that we all care about, or fourth that Justin cares about.
I mean, there's only 4 in the group chat for the entire week. So.
Yeah, I don't look at that anymore.
We know. Strangers Chapter 2. I only saw the first one, the one with Liv Tyler, and that was so fucked up. It was such a good horror movie.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it when they kind of remade it and kind of didn't.
Oh yeah, I
this
forgot
is-
they did that. That like
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Kind of, sort of. They don't say like this is. Oh, in the advertising they didn't say this is the same couple, but a different. But it's the same essential concept. This one is one of them survived, and the town she's in, everyone she's interacting with may be one of them. So that's a good twist on it. It's not just like Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th, where it's the same fucking story, just with a different character and a slightly different setting. They're actually doing some kind of swerve to this story. The only other one I have written down because I'm bad at my job is the full trailer for Weapons.
Don't be so hard on yourself, all right? You're like below average at your job.
Mediocre.
Yeah, I mean, sure, better than me.
We
At my
had,
job?
Not that that's a very tough bar to clear.
we had the full story trailer for Toxic Avenger.
Oh, that's right. I turned that off halfway through.
And
Never...
we had Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right. I never started watching that one.
I actually didn't mind that trailer.
They said when they were playing it for Bruce, he had a hard time deciphering between his actual music and the
Jeremy
kid.
Allen White.
Yes.
Road to the Hut. That's right. That guy's doing a hut.
Mm-hmm.
I find that hard to believe because usually I can understand what Jeremy Allen White is saying.
Oh, it's early Bruce. You can
Yeah,
understand.
it's Greetings from Asbury Park, Bruce. No, actually, no. It's Nebraska and Darkness on the Edge of Town. Sorry, it's those two.
Yeah, it's when he used to write 10-minute long epics
Yeah.
that went nowhere.
Yeah, it's his post Born to Run His-
Yeah, he's basically doing. What if the Edmund Fitzgerald crashed off of Jersey? It was every song. And then I don't know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so those the Springsteen one I wasn't too into, and the Toxic Avenger I was never really into Toxic. So like this is just fucking weird to me.
I was a big fan of the cartoon as a kid.
Cartoon was. I think I watched a couple episodes. The whole thing. I should have been more into it. You know, Jersey Pride.
Yeah, that and Attack of Killer Tomatoes were back to back on Fox Kids.
Yes,
Back in the
they
day.
were.
That's my jam.
I think part of it is like trauma movies literally turn my stomach sometimes. I watched Romeo and Juliet too high and almost threw up.
They're all on fucking Peacock.
Really?
Yeah,
I was expecting you to say Tubi.
they're all on Peacock because we were looking for a horror movie to start with James because he wanted to watch something scary. I'm like, oh, they have like the 5th Toxic Avenger movie. That's weird. And then when you scroll through like the entire category of horror, all of them are on there, and I was like, oh.
Ugh. When do you think it's okay to show him like 7?
You probably do that.
I saw it at 15.
For the most part, I think anything's open after the uncomfortable sexualness of scary movie. I'm pretty sure we're pretty good for everything except for like Eyes Wide Shut.
Maybe Requiem. Requiem might be going too far.
Requiem might scar.
Yeah.
Wait till he's 18 for Requiem. Put him in a room, lock the door, and come back in 2 hours.
All you gotta do, just say, "Don't do drugs." Put the movie on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That I always say, if you show any teenager that movie and Train Spotting, they're 50% less likely to try drugs.
50%?
50%, because teenagers are stupid. Peer pressure's a thing, and they will try stuff.
Dude, I can't believe we used to just get stoned. It's like, let's put Requiem on. Okay. Why?
Fucking movie. I won't. That's one of those movies I've only watched once because it was so effective.
It's
that
so fucked
and
up.
Tusk.
I've watched Tusk like 6 times.
Yeah.
I've seen Requiem
I'm gonna show him that this Halloween.
a lot.
That's a great horror movie.
Tusk is a good one, yeah.
Way more effective than he thought it was gonna be. Weapons though, I want them to stop with the trailers for this. They had my fucking money.
Yeah.
Now they've given away not too much, but I have a much better idea of what's going on here now. I think it looks like it's a zombie movie, and I don't want it to be a zombie movie.
I don't think it's zombies, dude.
They have like one adult running around like a crazy bastard doing the whole Naruto thing.
I think this is mind control shit.
It looks like a mix between Get Out,
Yeah.
Prisoners, and Shaun of the Dead, maybe? No, I'll just go with Dawn.
Boo Umedea's Halloween.
Yeah.
That one's for Kyle.
I did watch it on my iPad though with the AirPods on. It is fucking effective with headphones because I don't know if you noticed there's a one bit in it where the voiceover is like, "Are you watching? Are you watching? Yeah, I'm watching. What the fuck? Are you subliminal messaging my ass? What's going on here? Am I being mind controlled?" I'm definitely checking that one out. That's all the trailers then, right?
That's trailers, yeah.
That is trailers. I only have one review, I do believe. Yeah, didn't watch anything else new besides Underdogs, the new nature show on Disney Plus, hosted by Ryan Reynolds. If you picture in your mind a documentary narrated by Ryan Reynolds, it is exactly what you expect. There's no mystery here. It's Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds while animals do things. And there's a lot of fucking.
Okay.
Nature fucks. Nature slaps. And Ryan Reynolds' voice is there to illustrate its slappage.
Help guide you through it.
Oh, yeah. It's creepy though at times. I've watched 2 episodes. Each one has sort of a theme to them. The first one, the wraparound images were like comic book stuff. They focus on like 6 different animals, and they're like part of a super team. The second one is kind of an Ocean's 11 theme where he's doing a heist. He says he's the monkey who sounds oddly like Ryan Reynolds, and he's putting together a heist team. So they bounce around the world finding animals that are good at being low key or subversive and stuff. Very interesting shit. I love me a documentary. I love an animal documentary, a nature doc. Love me one, and to add Deadpool on top of it,
Fuck
it
yeah.
works. And it's got an incredible music budget because every episode, 2 or 3 times, there's a needle drop of something that had to cost them a significant amount of money. Like most nature docs are just like find random orchestral music and time out the editing to it.
Yeah.
Totally worth checking out.
I haven't watched anything new, but
I watched 2 things.
Yeah, I got 2 as well.
James is now 5 episodes into Walking Dead. Rick came back to the camp, and immediately he was just like, "Oh, that's not going to end well between you." I'm like,
man.
"Oh, child, strap in." He hates Carl already.
It's too early to be annoyed with
I was gonna
Carl.
say, yeah, he's not even that annoying yet.
Carl
Wait
didn't do
till
anything yet. in the
wait as it
first
goes
4
on.
episodes.
Yeah.
He's the worst from beginning to end. I agree with James, unfortunately.
Like, I don't like the kid. I was like, "You barely talk." He's like, "Doesn't matter."
Yeah.
I'm like, "You're my son."
That
Long
Coral.
way
It's a
to
very
go.
James thing, though. The character who's most like me, can't fucking stand him.
Yep.
It's a very Futurama thing. Anytime you see a clone of yourself, a copy of yourself, you hate it.
That's weird you said that because I love Rocky. I love Bloodsport. Predator. Commando. I love all those movies.
Now that you
Yeah, but you hate Tom Holland Spider-Man, so there you go.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, well, he's not my Spider-Man.
Vinny and Tom Holland are like almost the same guy.
No. No way.
I'm going. That's where I'm going with it.
Nope. He can do all the backflips he wants. I'll fucking choke him out.
The other James thing is
What if he asked you to?
Well, then
Then he'd be James.
I'd pee on him afterwards. I have to mark my territory. Like Zendaya, you're in my harem.
James has fallen in love with Luke Cage.
Oh, he's got a black thing? He's got jungle fever?
I mean, just it's his favorite Netflix series thus far. I
So-
know this is not going to top it, but he's just like he you get introduced to Luke and Jess, and he was okay with Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
How far
I'm
is he into Luke Cage?
5 episodes now.
So Cottonmouth's about to die.
Yeah.
And that's when I dropped off.
I'm surprised to hear he likes it more than Daredevil, but given what the soundtrack of that show was like, if he's down with that soundtrack, he and I can have a little chat finally because,
That you have something in common?
well, I mean,
The kid likes music, dude. He's
I know he likes music, but come on. Do I look at James and think, oh, yeah, that kid definitely listens to Gangstar?
I mean,
No. The kid who listens to musicals with his dad, I don't think listens. Oh, I'm definitely going to assume he listens to
Yeah, we can have like
Premiere.
we can have an in-depth conversation about Wu-Tang.
Yeah, man.
but he likes Luke Cage, man.
What's not to?
Yeah, Luke Cage is pretty awesome.
It is. Good show.
Yeah, I guarantee you'll be seeing him again next year.
That's what I hear. So I finally finished season 2 of the Light and Magic.
Fucking love that.
Dude, it's just so great. I want to work for fucking ILM so badly. Like,
What's that? What's Light and Magic?
it's the the ILM documentary, the 2-season documentary on Disney Plus. First part's basically about the story of ILM and the creation and their becoming of Star Wars. And
What's
then
ILM?
He's serious.
Industrial Light and Magic.
What's your problem?
You never know with that
Industrial
smirk.
Magic.
And then
That's cool.
There's always the slightest tell now when you know he's completely full of shit. It's almost like he has pucker face, like he's holding it back. when he just smirks like that, it's him trying to be like, I'm gonna pretend like I know what I'm asking about, so they don't think I'm stupid for asking about the thing.
I don't think he's stupid for asking about it.
I knew it was something he said.
It's not like he asked, "What's Lucasfilm?"
What is that?
Okay, now you're fucking around.
I knew it was something he said. I just wanted to ask because it's Joe. I want him to know I didn't listen.
You want him to know you're only half into what he's saying?
Yeah. Oh, no way. Say more. ILM is the Industrial Light musical.
ELO?
Basically, the best special effects in Hollywood that you've ever seen come out of ILM.
So they didn't use it for Superman, I guess. Oh!
The original
Sorry.
Superman. So yeah, I watched that. It was great. And then I watched the Netflix. Going to the music thing, I watched the Netflix documentary "Becoming Led Zeppelin." Fuck yeah,
That sounds cool.
that was awesome. It's basically just everything from them growing up to Led Zeppelin 2.
Okay.
So, like Jimmy Page was a studio guitar player. Like he's on the James Bond theme. Like he was one of the studio musicians there. Like that's how Jimmy Page just got so good. He just went in young, picked every musician's brain that was a studio musician, and just did nothing but play the guitar, and then excelled to guitar god status.
Is it weird that when I hear you say that, like, I'm not really interested at all in hearing the stories of Jimmy Page and Robert Plant. Like, you say that, and I'm like, oh, I want to know what happened with John Paul Jones and Bonzo growing up to turn them into the people that they became.
It's crazy because they said right in the beginning, Bonham very rarely did interviews, and the very few interviews he did, they had the audio for it, and they played it for Plant, Page, and John Paul Jones.
Yeah,
and that was really cool. They were like listening to it for the first time. Bonham is a whole different. Like as a drummer, there will never be another Bonham. Even like he was so good at
he's no Lars Ulrich.
he does
fucking face.
He wouldn't have been in the band without, like, him and Robert Plant were in a band together.
Yeah.
So before they did the new Yardbirds stuff, so it was like, hey, you know,
Yardbirds? I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Jimmy Page was in the Yardbirds, and then they
broke. That was Clapton too, right?
Yeah, Clapton was in the Yardbirds at one point too.
Weren't they like a rotating cast in the Yardbirds?
It was like Jeff Beck was there, but then Beck did his own thing, and then Page took over. That's when Jimmy Page became a lead guitar player for the first time.
And they're like the fucking traveling Wilburys, basically. One guy disappears.
You could call it the first supergroup. Yeah,
you could call it.
Like even though they weren't, they were just the Yardbirds, but John Paul Jones that man is definitely probably, I'm going to say, like the top 3 greatest bass players of all time.
But also, like, he wrote a good amount of their songs, right?
He did. Him and Jimmy Page, yeah. Robert Plant, especially what he was saying about that time, was he was not very confident in his songwriting.
Okay. So I think what the listeners and the rest of the people here are slowly learning is that Joe and I can do this about more than just the Beatles.
Yes, we can.
So if anybody else would like to talk or change the topic, I'm sure Joe and I could go for another 45 minutes just on Led Zeppelin.
Okay, good point. That's the end of your review, Joe. Vinny, you had something?
I saw Hacksaw Ridge. I've never seen it. I'd have to say it might be the best World War II movie.
Better than Saving Private Ryan.
Maybe.
Ooh.
It might be flavor of the month, but
Ooh.
I don't know. That Ridge was nuts. And like me and my buddy were talking about like the guy who drew the stick to be the flamethrower guy and like clouds of smoke and just dudes popping up out of the ground. Like you have a bomb on your back. And you might be able to use it if you get close enough. Crazy. World War II is crazy. But that's not even the best thing I saw because I think I saw the best show I've ever seen in my entire life.
Okay.
Spartacus. Have you seen this? Have you heard this?
I've heard
of
it.
it.
I haven't watched it.
And no.
I love when you do that.
Dude. Same buddy of mine. We were sitting here, and I think it is the best show because it's dudes fighting
And fucking.
gladiators, and dude, there's a lot of fucking, and all the babes are just showing tit and are so horny. Every girl in that show is horny as fuck, dude.
Oh, you the show. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking.
yeah. They all just want to like see penis, touch penis. Great.
You're on a good roll because you pulled up a movie that was only 9 years old. I'm like, all right, that's newish.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a 12-year-old show, so like kind of
Like, timeless story. Timeless story.
Yeah.
Wasn't that on as around the same time as Banshee?
Yeah, 2010 to 13.
Yeah. So there was a whole lot of shows like that.
Mike, that reminds me. Have I ever talked to you about one of my favorite movies, The Shawshank Redemption?
Oh, have you heard of it? You heard of it? You know what this is?
Yeah. I'm sorry I'm catching up on stuff that I should have watched and I never did. All right.
I haven't watched that either, so.
Bro, well, you can't watch it with the kids. Like I said,
Okay.
a lot of horny
I'll make
ladies.
sure.
But yeah, like those people know how to make. I'm following that guy. Denied, I think is his last name. Guy knows how to make a show.
You know what? I'm pretty sure neither one of my kids can say Spartacus yet, so I think I'm safe. I don't think they're going to be asking for it anytime soon.
That's good.
He was involved in Daredevil the first season.
Yeah.
Angel. He was involved in Jupiter's Legacy. That's unfortunate.
Boo.
Not everyone could be,
Yeah, he did that for the check.
Yeah.
Well, we had hopes for that one. That was a Mark Millar. That's right, Millar, not Miller. Mark Millar property on Netflix. So we had hope. Just did not pan out.
But I think they're coming out with the second rendition of that show, Spartacus. So
didn't they kind of like almost reboot it each season? Like there was a new cast or like a new guy as Spartacus.
The first guy from season 1, he died of like lymphoma or something, and then they cast a new dude for seasons 2 and 3. I heard mixed reviews. I heard it's not the same because it's a different guy. I heard he actually filled in quite well. I'll be the harsh judge of that.
Yeah, it's a mini series coming. House of Ashur.
Yes, I know that name. He's in the show.
I think there's a Kingsley. Is that
It's a
Ben
place.
Kingsley?
Maybe Xena's in it. Xena Warrior Princess. She shows Ted. She's so horny in that too. It's
Lucy
great.
Lawless' titties?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, I might have to watch that episode.
There's this gladiator named Crexus, the undefeated champion of something, and all the ladies just want a piece. They're like, "Ooh, is that Crexus? Bring him in here. Tell him to get naked." Bro, it's such a bro show.
Isn't it
So good.
The one dude was the brother from the Mummy.
Yeah, he's a slimy scum. Good actor.
He does that constantly. That's the same character he played in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yep.
Slimy scumbag.
Yeah. Yeah, you almost feel bad for him in the beginning of season 1, but then like it's revealed scum.
Just how sloppy a turd he really is.
Yeah, he's Xena's wife, or Xena's husband rather. So they hump.
Seen Xena, probably his wife.
Yeah.
She fucks him
Yeah.
with a strap on.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it, dude. There's so much. There's one scene where like she's in the tub, and he comes in there talking, and she goes, "Enter her ass," and then they just start talking about, I don't know, politics or something while he's like humping this girl. I'm just like, what the fuck? What is this?
That Game of Thrones influence.
Yeah.
It makes you think like being a slave at that time must have been fucking nuts. Like there's another scene where they're about to bang, and one slave is like fingering her and one's just whacking him off, and it's just like, what? And then there's like a bunch in the back just fanning, and then there's others in the back just waiting to be called in. Maybe they gotta take a penis or get into a butt. No one knows.
I
I
have to say, on top of that hilarious description, Joe picks the absolute best times to walk in on this show.
Sorry, Jill.
Was it literally the words "put it in her ass"?
Enter her ass.
Yes, exactly what I was hoping it was.
And she goes, "What the fuck?"
Well, it's a good show.
Sounds great. Sounds enthralling.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
you know, the show name is Enter Her Ass now, right?
Oh God.
Enter the Ass Dragon.
Yeah, good times.
All right, news. We know who's directing the X-Men reboot, as far as Ryan Coogler is concerned. Jake Schreier, dude who directed Thunderbolts, will be taking the reins of X-Men. Faux show.
He's good at team movies.
Yeah, that one worked out. I mean, it worked out exactly the way we expected it to, but it worked out. While we're on the Marvel tip, after not putting out one for Brave New World or Thunderbolts, Disney has announced they've canceled the Assembled series, which really pisses me off. Some behind-the-scenes junkie. I love those things. And we're not getting them anymore.
I'm fine with it. It is.
I know you don't give a shit. But it's always nice to have some kind of behind-the-scenes
Show
shit.
me how all these people made money watching the thing that I paid money to watch. Don't care.
Well, it helps me to direct. So. Marvel and DC are doing more crossovers quite soon. Pairings. Daredevil versus Green Arrow, or Daredevil and Green Arrow. We don't know if these are versus titles. Written by Kevin Smith with art by Adam Kubert.
Ooh.
Strong pairing. Wonder Woman and Captain America. Written by Chip Zdarsky. He's done a recent run on Daredevil. Dude's pretty good. Drawn by Terry Dodson. That's fucking huge. Terry Dodson's a beautiful artist. Some great work coming out of Terry Dodson. Actually, Terry Dodson's the penciler, and his wife inks and colors and stuff, I believe. Can't remember her name because I'm sexist.
So
but yeah.
Cat and Wonder Woman gonna fuck?
Never know. What kind of baby would that make?
Fucking an incredible baby.
Fucking future. Supermodel that'll kick your ass.
Fucking baby comes out with a 6-pack.
Mm-hmm. Full head of hair. Packing 6 inches, and it's a girl. And the last one is Crypto / Jeff the Landshark, because
Jeff.
Marvel Rivals. Written by Kelly Thompson and drawn by an individual named Gurihiru, who's, I guess, the primary artist on the Jeff the Landshark miniseries that's out right now. So yeah, it's another golden age of Marvel and DC working together to profit.
Yay, capitalism.
Here's a little bit of a science story. Did anyone else hear the theory that the entire universe is inside a black hole?
Yeah.
I first heard that, I'm like, this fucking makes no sense. And of course, like everything else, Neil deGrasse Tyson explained it, and I was like, holy shit, that kind of makes sense.
Right.
Apparently, the way galaxies rotate is supposed to be a lot more random, a lot closer to 50-50, but they don't. It's more like a 70-30. So that made him think, hey, wait a minute. There's got to be something causing this specific change. And someone brought up black holes, and apparently that makes the most sense. And I don't know enough to talk about this intelligently. And I'm actually a quite intelligent guy. That just shows how fucking mind blowing this concept is.
Yeah, because space is fake. It's all made up mumbo jumbo.
Stop it. Stop it.
Chris, can I get a live reaction from you for that back and forth that just happened?
I mean, that's not that bad. A couple of years ago, we were hanging out with one of my friends' friends, and he started talking about how the space station was fake. That wasn't real. So yeah, I've heard worse. I've heard worse than that.
Just the tip of the iceberg.
Do you know if your friend's friend believed in dinosaurs?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because Vinny doesn't believe in dinosaurs.
Not even a little.
We different time.
What?
They're from a different time. I agree.
We can go into this a different time.
Oh yeah, that's not this show. That's a tinfoil hat topic.
Yeah, I get censored here.
Oh, okay. No crazy conspiracies here.
Yeah, it's censored, informed, whatever.
Yeah.
That's all the stories I've got.
I gotta go.
And Justice
Sorry.
got no more, right?
No
Right.
food news. Night, Benny.
Chris, it was nice
Night,
to meet
Ben.
you.
Nice meeting you.
I have the Batman 2 news too, and Vinny's.
Hey, bring up dinosaurs, and he's got to rush out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Scientists have unveiled a revolutionary headset that can record and replay dreams. Using a combination of AI and fMRI brain scans, the device interprets brain activity during sleep to reconstruct the visual content of dreams. While the technology is still in its early stages, it marks a major step forward in neuroscience and the future of dream analysis.
I've never wanted to volunteer for any kind of scientific study before this.
Yeah.
I would be perfectly willing to. And this will be an excuse to go to Japan because the leading researchers are in Japan on this one.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've wanted this for fucking decades. There are so many great moments, so many great ideas I've had in dreams that just poof, Kaiser Sose.
Blumhouse has bought the rights to the Saw franchise.
Oh, that's pretty huge.
Yeah, that's big news.
Bought the rights, not just got involved and were
No, sir.
hired to produce them.
They have acquired the rights to all future Saw films, shows, and other properties featuring the murderous, torture-loving Jigsaw. They paid an undisclosed amount.
Too much, whatever it is.
Probably, yeah.
Am I the only person who thinks that series has come and gone? Like it's had its day and it's not much.
Well, I'm glad that I'm glad that someone came and got it.
It's them.
That's been knocking stuff out of the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bloomhouse might be able to
Yeah.
Yeah.
do like a revival and make it good again because to your point, like the last like 6
And,
or
like,
something of
The concept for me, like the story itself, would lend itself better to a show.
Well, it does. It does. I mean, that's a good point, Justin. But it does make me wonder if they're just going to reboot the whole franchise.
I think they might.
I think they have to.
Yeah. But I would love a show where you're just following a cop who's dealing with this bullshit, like they tried to do with Spiral.
If you think back, that was half of the first one. It was a
I know.
police procedural.
But
right.
that's what made the first one really fucking good.
Actually,
You
that's
know-
what all of them were.
Yeah, less and less.
Yeah, they got more and more away from it as it went on.
When the police became the killer, it
Right.
it kind of fell
Kind
apart.
of
Right.
kind of
Kyle,
away
you
from
had
that
something you want
point.
to touch on?
Well, no, I don't know why this actor just popped into my head because I feel like he's not in as many things as he should be, and he's good, actually great at chewing scenery, and I think he could be great in a show like this. I haven't seen enough of the more recent Saw stuff to know if he has any connection to it or any of the other Blumhouse stuff, but Sam Rockwell is just a guy that I think could be a home run in a franchise like that.
that would be a complete shift in tone to Jigsaw, though. Like, he's a very sedate character.
I'm not necessarily saying he has to be Jigsaw,
Okay.
but I'm just saying somebody who's capable of either being, I don't know if he's Jigsaw or an accomplice or a detective, or just somebody who's capable of being super creepy like he was in the Green Mile.
Right.
Or
yeah.
You know,
What if they go the requel route and it's a copycat?
That's what the most recent one was, I think.
Yeah, it was. But I liked Kyle's pick there.
I would like to see him in it, but I think he'd be better as a victim. That kind of manic intensity, someone like he's the one that's in the entire movie, like Carrie Elwes was in the first one. Like, not like the series became, where it was just trap, large group of people slowly getting picked off. Go back to the couple of people together, like the first and second one, when it really worked, when you could focus on the characters and their peril. Focusing on him the whole time, he could do a great job.
Yeah. Talking about 007 earlier, here's some of the directors that were that are shooting their shot. The Conclave's Edward Berger has already pitched his version for James Bond. Dune's Denis Villeneuve, Baby Driver's Edgar Wright, Fallout's Jonathan Nolan, and Paddington's Paul King are all getting their meetings with the Amazons.
Out of all of them, would want to see Edgar Wright's first and foremost.
I don't. My only problem with it is I think it would be too far off the normal Bond brand.
Because I know Amazon wants to go back to a more formula Bond instead of where Craig went.
Or closer to the 60s style with high concept and crazy technology.
I'd say if Brosnan before like GoldenEye, probably Dalton. It's kind of stayed dark. I like Dalton. I did not. The Dalton series I thought was a little more edgier, more true to the book. I know I heard Gilroy's name thrown out there, but they said he would go too dark.
Is that the dude who made Andor?
Yeah.
That would be a great fit.
I would be
very serious.
Yeah, he would be more, if you want to go straight book, would be Gilroy.
I want more fucking.
We'll talk to your wife about that. We're in the middle of James Bond.
Amazon,
I appreciate that you're taking over Vinny's role now that he's not here.
That's what we do. If Amazon's gonna be doing Bond, they don't shy away from that kind of content on Prime. So, like, give me swinging dick, martini drinking, capping motherfuckers James Bond. Like, I don't.
We don't actually need to see the dick swinging. Is my point.
That's fine. It depends on who they cast as Bond.
Liam Neeson. Then I want to see it.
Yeah.
Jill just looked over.
I was gonna say Jill probably just walked in based on your reaction.
like Aaron Pierre looks nice. I don't know if he's Yahya Abdul Mateen in the pants, but
we'll find out. Few people are.
There's no shit.
It's.
But like the thing is, I'm not asking for like Naked Gun style James Bond, but like
I am.
I'm so tired of everything having to be so fucking serious all the time. Like, it's okay if he's like a fucking suave spy who's just like, "What's up, hot chick? Oh, by the way, fuck you, bad guy."
So Roger Moore.
Whatever you want to do. Just like, we don't have to go down the route of being like, this is super fucking serious all the time. Serious face. Like, especially because they already have their series like that, and it's called Reacher.
So like Craig had his little. You had to break up a lot of the seriousness. There was a little comedy here and there with Craig.
Yes, that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, every movie gets laughs,
Oh, yeah.
but like it was
Whether it's intentional or not.
and all the Bond movies have. Here's the big problem the bad guy has presented, and I've got to stop it. There's always a bomb. There's always a virus. There's always a MacGuffin.
Mm-hmm.
But Craig's were like, it's accurate that he never wryly turned to the camera, winked, and smiled. He never did that shit, which I'm fine with. I mean, we are talking about the fate of the entire fucking world. I don't want my superhero to look at the camera and like smile while a nuke is about to go off.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. Am I right?
So you're not trying to win me over with this.
I want it to be Wizard, you know what I'm saying?
I have.
Well, I think they need to add more midichlorians then.
I have news.
We're gonna play that game.
News before food news, by the way.
That's fine. DC's Clayface is officially an R-rated horror movie.
Stoked.
Body horror.
It's gonna be a lot less like the animated series, I'm thinking then.
Yeah.
I would like it if the first chunk of it, like say the first act is character setup, second act is him using it like the chameleon, and by the third act it turns into total Cronenberg body horror.
Yeah.
And he's doing like stuff like the cartoon where his whole body turns into Clayface and he can't control it and he's killing fuckers left and right because of it.
James Gunn gives a disappointing update about the Batman 2 script.
It's coming out.
James Gunn is denying a recent report regarding the script for Batman 2. The Batman...
We're in the dark about this movie, just like all of you will be when it comes out.
Yeah. Gunn was supposed to have received the script from Reeves on Monday. However, he said the reporting is not true. He did not get the script.
Somebody's got a case of the Sposdas.
So, I don't think they're making that October 1st, 2027 release date.
I think this movie's getting shit canned. It's just gonna keep getting delayed. It's just gonna get shit canned.
Yeah.
Oh, like the Mahershala Ali Blade movie?
Well, funny you mention that.
Nice setup, Kyle.
Yeah.
Segue.
I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't read the news anymore.
It's all instinct.
That was just dumb.
That's dumb.
Not even dumb luck. Just dumb.
That's dumb.
Just coming off stupid.
David S. Goyer wrote the screenplay for the original Blade trilogy starring Wesley Snipes. Blah, blah, blah.
We're skipping food news, right? We said that?
Nope. Yeah, there's not a lot of it.
Yeah, we have a guest, and he said no food news.
So, Goyer said, I had my agent call Marvel and say, do you guys need any help? And they said, we love you, but we think we've cracked it now and we're in a good place. So, according to David S. Goyer, who asked to help with the Blade script, they have one now.
It's like you're hearing
They have one.
They have one.
Oh, congratulations. They have a script.
Yeah.
They have a script.
Yeah. It's like
What-do-you-do?
Your neighbors have been fighting for days and you go knock on the door and you're like, hey,
those back-to-back stories were going to be better because Vinny was going to be here. He was going to be all like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Fear Factor is coming back
Oh yeah.
with Johnny Knoxville set to host.
I just saw that before.
This is the first time a host of Fear Factor might actually do one of the stunts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Remember, every time I watched that show, Rogan would be like, oh, that's crazy. I'd never do that. You're eating what? I wouldn't put that in my mouth. You're crazy. I'm already a star.
I'm Johnny Knoxville, and this is Fear Factor.
Yeah, he'll probably do it before all the contestants first. And
Yeah.
I hope that there's a spin on this version of the show where every task that they have to do, one of the contestants gets pranked by Knoxville while they're doing it.
Or Wee Man runs up and kicks him in the balls.
Wee Man appears. Yeah.
Every stunt they have to do, Chris Pontius comes out as Party Boy and dances in front of them.
What is it with you guys and dicks tonight?
It's a very dicky night. And
Yeah.
let's not forget, he never
Tuesday's dick
shows his
night.
dick. He's got a thong on.
Well,
He's got the
in
banana hammock.
CKY he did. In the
I haven't seen that
first,
20 years or
in,
so.
in the first rendition of Party Boy, yeah,
Just flopping out.
yeah.
Just feel like partying. You feel like partying? I love this song.
Rumor has it that Vision Quest is going to connect to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, I'm hearing this. They're saying a character from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. might show up in it and finally vindicate it.
Saying that LMDs are going to be playing a bit of a role
Okay.
in Vision Quest.
Well, unless there's specific characters that were pulled from the show, it's just another standard Marvel.
Well, no. The rumor is that it's either going to be Ada
Oh. Okay.
or the fact that at the end of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Phil Coulson was a life model decoy.
Yes, he was.
We have gone far too long without seeing Coulson in something.
Yes.
Marvel. He needs to make a
They
comeback.
did, yeah.
I thought you were going to say we've gone far too long on this show.
I figured you'd follow up with that.
I appreciate you knowing me.
Yeah.
Hour and 41.
Teamwork.
And I appreciate being able to know you.
So I appreciate it's about you.
41, that's fine. That ain't nothing.
Yeah, so, Nerd and Douche.
No. Sarah Michelle Gellar said her vision for the Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot would be that it offers a mix of storylines featuring both new and returning faces, including everyone who has died.
Yeah. In a perfect world, I believe she said.
Yeah, so we all feel the same way, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Next.
Kyle, you got more corn to eat?
I ate 4 ears of it. What the fuck do you want from me?
2 ears. They were half ears.
Yeah.
Okay.
So fucking chill out.
You have way more corn room.
But they were like cauliflower ears. They were pretty hefty.
They were bruised and retaining blood? What? What do you mean?
They were very juicy.
Mm.
All right.
Very
Food news
physical.
time.
Wait, I had news before the food news.
Don't blame me.
No, you
Kyle.
didn't.
Run over it.
Okay, just gotta go get news in.
What, Joe? What do you got?
Because I wasn't on the show, but this is old news with continuing news that Star Trek
good.
Strange New Worlds will be ending with season 5. The showrunner is talking about filling in the missing years of the original series with the new cast, and a possible return of William Shatner to the role. This is where Shatner was talking about his return to Star Trek. This is kind of the hint saying this is where it could be.
Yeah, 95-year-old Kirk. That's what
I was going to say, how old is he now? I don't know. Yes,
Yeah.
How much time they have left to do that?
He
Joe-
just had his 90th like last year, I think.
They
He's
could
94.
DH him. Actually, but also Kirk his body is in the current timeline with
Picard.
Picard.
He's frozen.
Yeah.
Somehow his body got taken off of that fucking planet and frozen, even though logic doesn't.
You know what's fun about this is I feel like the Star Trek people, they're walking down the street and they have a gun in their hand and there's 2 good feet below them and you're like, you know what? One of these has got to go.
Well, Strange New Worlds is a great show, and I'm kind of sad it's ending with season 5, but they've kind of introduced basically more than half of the original series crew already. So we're kind of already there.
I don't know why I thought that final topic was going to be anything other than Star Trek.
We got to talk James Bond, so now I gotta bring up Star Trek.
Because
Is it Joe's
like,
birthday? Is that why we did all this?
this is the longest I've been on a show in a very long time. Like the longest I've made it through start to finish in a very long time.
Yeah.
So
End
of
of the
course
bang.
we would get James Bond. Of course we would get multiple Star Trek. And of course Justin probably got 12 different fucking stories for food news.
I don't. It's relatively short. Papa John's has a new
What is relatively short?
Relatively.
croissant pizza crust.
Doesn't answer the question, Chris.
Oh, croissant pizza crust.
Yes,
Buy into this shit.
But Papa John's is
Tell me
so
more.
gross.
I hate you.
Go in detail, would you?
It looks fucking delicious.
But it's
Chris, it's gonna
Papa
be another
John's.
7 years before you're allowed back on this.
It's a nice.
Every
braided
7 years, I'll make an
stuffed
appearance
crust.
just to torment you.
We'll be like Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. Every 7 years, we'll record something together.
51st food news.
Yeah.
Waffle House is putting out a canned cold brew. Yes, that's right, Waffle House.
What?
I mean, that's great
People like
news if it
Waffle
was
House.
anyone
It
other
has-
than Waffle House.
People
It
like
has
Waffle
a-
House's coffee. Like,
0.5% meth in it.
Isn't it a bit bougie for Waffle House to be putting out a
Yeah.
cold brew?
seems like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it is.
Is there even like a Waffle House grind that you can buy in like a freeze dry and
Don't-
do at
Don't
home?
fucking ask me, man.
Isn't that
Can
what
actually, I
exactly-
just pulled
Oh,
up.
I
I
was-
just pulled up
you
the
beat me
Waffle
to
House
it.
website.
What do you
Buy
mean,
directly
Justin?
from Waffle
Don't
House.
ask you. You're the one who brought this fucking story to the table.
Yeah, but
Did
I
Chris
don't.
just beat
I
you,
say-
Joe?
He
I just
was
say,
on
hey,
it.
Hey, Waffle House cold brew, and
We have
that's-
2 guys in the chair.
There you go. I just posted in chat for everybody. You can buy direct from Waffle House.
nice.
I wonder
5
how the
packs.
coffee is.
Gatorade has a Shirley Temple flavor coming out, celebrating Dallas Wings guard Paige Buchers.
That was a lot of what?
Were those all words? Those are words in the English
I heard
language.
Bukers in there.
Yeah,
Bob Euchre's coming back? What?
last name, yeah. But hey, Shirley Temple Gatorade sounds fun.
No, it doesn't.
Do us a flavor, Lay's returning flavor and a new one. Southern Biscuits and Gravy is coming back.
Fuck,
Yes,
I
Southern
forgot.
Biscuits and Gravy potato chips.
I don't know. Tater chip.
And the other one is Farmhouse Cheese and Ranch.
Nah.
Cheese and Ranch.
What's the farmhouse part? You just do cheese and ranch. Why throw the word farmhouse in there?
Because that's the type of cheese it is.
Then I want
Maybe because it's a blend of like cow and goat cheese.
and famunda.
It's a not so long aged cheese. Farmhouse.
The young cheese.
It's a young cheese.
Cheese whiz.
Publix
Would that be a whey or a curd?
Joe. Publix is dropping a bunch of new ice cream flavors upon us, like Buckeyes and Fudge, Caramel Turtle Cheesecake, Maple Chocolate Chip Pancake, Cold Brew Cookies and Cream, Home Run Caramel Popcorn, Peanut Butter Pretzel with Fudge, Marry Me Strawberry, Strawberry Lime Chili, Orange Cream, Peanut Butter is my jam, Freedom Berry Bliss, Chantilly Cake, and Pina Colada.
Wow, this is actually a useful food news for me. Except for I don't know where the fuck there's a Publix.
Yeah, I'm searching that right now. I don't think
Publix
there's
is,
one north of the Mason-Dixon.
Yeah,
Like-
Publix is a southern thing. It's in
Yeah,
Florida.
I really care about this story.
I like the flavor.
And that, like, to the point where, like, I want to write some of these flavors down so that I can go look for them at the nearest Publix, and then I think, oh wait, the nearest Publix is 400 fucking miles away from my house.
Well,
Apparently Publix is very good though. Publix subs,
Yeah.
pub subs.
I mean-
everybody is like obsessed with those.
and you
I
can
mean,
get,
I've been to a Publix before. I'm pretty sure it was in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
you can get it shipped to you.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I want. Ice cream shipped to my house.
Well, they pack it in dry ice, you stooge.
Hey, don't insult my intelligence, all right?
I was expecting you to just be like, "Fuck you, Justin." When you said you're gonna, you know what? Fuck you.
I mean, what is that? The 7th fucking story we've had in food news, and he goes, "It's a short week."
It's not. It was the third.
It was not the 3rd.
It was the third, asshole.
Blow me. It was not the 3rd.
Third asshole.
Fourth. I'm sorry. That's fifth. That's the fifth. I
Was it
forgot-
fifth?
Publix is in
Fifth.
Virginia, by the way, in case
Okay.
anyone's curious.
Thank you, Chris.
Jen.
And the last piece of food news I have here is 4 new flavors at Sonic of beverages: strawberry cheesecake, cream cooler,
Another useful one for me.
Well, there is
So,
one
there
still
is-
in Howell.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's one in Howell.
How far is Howell from my house, Mike?
You
Doesn't
you
matter.
can get there within an hour.
Cocoa berry cream Sprite, fruited dragon slush, and shark bite.
Shark bite?
Yeah, shark bite. It's
What does shark bite taste like?
Sounds dangerous.
it's blue with Sprite, and it's got what looks to be many
Shark
jelly-
gummies.
shark gummies.
Mm.
Nice.
Put more sugar in the sugar.
Yeah.
Mm.
There you go. There's food news.
Okay.
There it goes, and there it went.
Oh wow,
Uh,
look, found 10 more. Strap in, Kyle.
Oh, wow. Yeah. All right. I know where you live. And I currently have scissors in my hand. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Are you bringing the straight jacket?
No, he's bringing the straight.
I guess I
jacket
don't need these because you already tore the hole, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
with his
Front
hands.
and back.
Oh, great. A running gag.
See that next week.
I got some food news too on Reddit. r/fast food. Arby's
ahead.
introduces
You know what?
new Angus
You know what?
cheesesteak.
Go
You wanna
ahead,
hear about
Chris.
that?
Mm.
McDonald's adds McPizza bites.
Oh shit.
Biscoff McFlurry.
I love me some good cookie, buddy. Anyways, douche and nerd. Yeah.
Douches. Oh, obviously.
Tangerine Palpatine for starting World War III.
Yeah, Orange Julius Caesar. Not just that too. That's my favorite one to throw. I'm pretty sure I coined that one. I don't know. Also, the fact that this administration is considering lifting the ban on asbestos.
Yeah,
I mean, that makes sense.
Right?
That's good.
Why not?
Why wouldn't you?
Just
Fuck vaccine.
also lift the ban on lead and paint while we're at it.
I mean, those mesothelioma lawyers are starting to run out of clients, so I guess
Yeah.
they gotta build back up, right?
That was a big word, Chris.
I know.
I didn't love it.
Sorry.
So that's the broad spectrum douche, is the people running our country, giant air quotes. The specific douche, John Kreese himself, Martin Cove, the actor from Karate Kid. Do you hear what
Dude.
happened with him this week?
I fucking read this story the other night, and I was like, what?
He did, yeah. I'm like, he did what?
Apparently, one of his co-stars from Cobra Kai. Let me bring up her name. Where's my fucking photos? Because I know I saved this one. Yeah. Hannah Kim.
Good.
Alicia Hannah Kim.
She was the other sensei in Cobra Kai.
Okay, cool. They were at a convention together, and she in the VIP meet and greet. She came up, tapped him on the shoulder, and instead of like pulling back and being surprised, he turned his head and bit her hand.
Now,
What?
Yes.
the full statement was he hit her and then started kissing her.
Yeah.
I
And he
believe.
drew blood?
Okay, he nearly drew blood.
Oh, okay.
And then
He was-
his excuse was like, "Well, we fucked around on the set all the time."
Not on the set now.
Biting and kissing each other.
Yeah.
No. Those are normal things.
Oh, shit.
You think he's still in
You know what?
character?
To our listeners, I cannot tell you the number of times we filmed the short together, and I just cannot help myself from biting and kissing these guys behind the scenes.
Pretty tough.
There's actually been
Natural
times
reaction.
where it got on video and Joe had to edit it out. So I completely understand where this guy's coming from.
Well, he didn't throw it away completely. We do have a profile on X videos and Tubate, so
And- OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Great. It kind of looked like how it looked when I was eating corn earlier tonight.
That intense.
Yeah. Especially when it was Joe. I just couldn't keep my mouth off him. You know, I like the idea of Joe more than I actually like Joe.
I'm gonna take that Joe and go to town. Do you have anybody else? Douche?
No other douches, but I have nerds.
My nerd of the week is Illinois, the first state in the country to outlaw book bans. I was gonna say ban book bans, but no, outlaw book bans.
Yeah.
Knowledge.
Knowledge is
Yay.
power.
Some say it's power, yeah.
Yeah, and that's one to grow on.
Brody King, back in our nerd of the week segment here. He wore an Abolish ICE t-shirt the other night on the AE dubs, and then a fan drew a sketch of him wearing said shirt, so he put that fan's sketch on a shirt, is selling it on Pro Wrestling Tees, and edgemenstore.com, and all the proceeds from the shirt are going to the families that have been impacted by ICE.
That's pretty cool.
Fuck yeah.
This might be a good time in the show to tell all the listeners that Chris is very pro-establishment. So,
yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna agree with a lot of the thoughts and opinions of the Nerdaties crew.
Yeah, I have Ice on the phone right now. Actually, just letting them know.
In case you spent any of your life looking and wondering, he is the man. Officially the man.
What, Chris?
Yeah. He is Whitey.
He is.
Yeah.
He is Whitey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gonna kill Whitey?
That be me, nerd.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, before you
Yes,
do
Mike.
that, Kyle?
Yeah. Good.
More food news.
Breaking
Oh,
food
yeah.
news.
Good.
Breaking food news.
I was gonna say my nerd of the week is Christopher Ryan Walsh for joining us today, and yeah, I still remember his middle name. So what?
Wow, look at that.
Oh yeah.
But and sharing his knowledge of all things Japanese with us today. Even though he did side with Justin in effort to annoy me on certain occasions, I still
Had to be done.
still in a good way one of the nerdiest guys I know, and a good bud.
Thank you.
He's a good
For having
guest.
me on.
Gives good guest.
Yeah, thanks for having me
Definitely
on.
good
It was
guest.
fun.
Thanks
Do
for
it
reaching
again.
out, man.
Have to do it
Sorry
again
I
in
didn't do it sooner.
7 more years. The repeat.
Yeah, next, maybe you'll go to Tibet in 7 years. We can get that story.
Yeah, there you go.
No, Australia.
Tibet
There's gonna be
for 7 years, Mike.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Go to Australia. We can see how many things tried to kill you.
Yeah, I could get that's an even longer flight too. That's
Mhm.
like 20 hours or something like that. So.
Fuck that. Not worth it. I'd have to be paid a lot of money.
I think the longest flight right now is New York to Singapore. I think that's 22 hours.
Oh, so
Fuck.
It's curious. I looked it up and I was like, oh, that does not sound fun.
That's not for me.
Yeah.
Okay, Kyle. Landing time.
All right. Well, as always, if you like what you hear, you can like us on Facebook.com/Nerdaties. Follow us on Twitter @Nerdaties. Email us at nerdaties@gmail.com and check out nerdaties.com.
while you're there, well, why are you there? I haven't updated that site in a long fucking time. Just stop going. Go to
Very mixed messages right now.
Go to prowrestlingtees.com/nerdities, NERDATIES. Buy our cool t-shirts. And if you like our newest show, EPW, our D&D pro wrestling campaign, scripted dramatical series, those wrestlers on that show have merch. So buy them cool t-shirts like Chaos and Queen Rex and Empress B and Billy Hillbilly.
William.
Or the EPW logo, because that's pretty fucking tight. But do all that. Spend your money. And give us
Give us
that
the money.
money.
Check us out on youtube.com, youtube.com/nerdities. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to all things nerdities. And remember, you can watch The One Above All, our interview shows, and our monthly live trivia on YouTube. You just gotta ring that bell, and you'll get a little notification say, "Hey, new Nerdaties is coming," because new Nerdaties is coming. We have our upcoming Halloween show, our anthology, as I'm gonna call it.
The
We
play fort of
the
terror.
Play Fort of Terror. We have our 100 greatest movie quotes, which is gonna be fun.
I have to.
You're going to totally listen, and there's probably going to be some video of me
Drunk.
owning Vin on the spicy foods.
Look at this shit talk when he's not in the room.
There's no, dude. Why do we do this?
I think we're changing it from hot sauce to booze.
To what?
Booze.
No.
We're doing shots.
No.
We're doing shots.
No. I will buy the hot sauce. I will buy the hot sauce.
Everclear.
I know everybody thinks that making it shots is going to somehow skew the power away from me because I have to drive home at the end of the night.
It's not.
But I just want to be clear, it's only skewing the power in Justin's favor because it's going to be recorded at his house. No one else is going to be willing to drink as much as me.
It's because I know Joe wants to absolutely veto Vinny's shit. So now I want Joe to get drunk.
It won't happen.
But he won't because he's going to drive. He doesn't want to stay there.
We'll Uber him. Vinny will drive him.
Yeah, that's definitely
that will go over well. So I was looking into the hot ones pack and just getting like the bunch of last stabs. So if we're gonna go for
you know what,
last stab.
If it was, I'm gonna throw this out there just because, even though it's like a special show and we're recording more than one, I would love to get Chris on a show like that, like a ranking show.
Okay. As a matter of fact, at the end of this month, or at the end of July, we have an extra show because extra week.
Indeed.
And it is going to be. It hasn't been decided yet, but it's an undetermined draft or a tournament.
And are there like choices?
I have a list of the potential things that it could be.
Okay. Yeah, so if you don't want to wait another 7 years, you can wait like less than 7 weeks.
Yeah. We do that or a retrospective. We're having a lot of fun with the retrospectives too.
That's a good show.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for another.
Cool. Everybody's got their spiel. So then I spiel out the phrase, the opinions of the Nerdities crew are idiotic and poorly thought out, but don't worry, next week's will be far more insulting. Fook bird.
Bye.
Breaking food news. Hold on.